How to get both the MYTHIC Monarch pistol as well as Dr. Doom's gloves, also known as Dr. Doom's Monarch pistol and Dr. Doom's Arcane Gauntlets, is what I'm going to be covering in today's video. We're going to be going over the best drops, the easiest way to take out Dr. Doom, and how to avoid getting third-partied in this location. So we're doing this one a little bit different. I thought I would load into a custom to show you this, as well as splicing in some footage from my YouTube live streams. Make sure you subscribe down below in order to catch all of them in the future. So in order to take out Dr. Doom, you have to land at Castle Doom. Now there is, I believe, 3 spots that are the best spots to land here. We're going to start with the worst one, just like we have been typically, go to the second best one, and then the third best one in my opinion. Now Dr. Doom is one of the harder bosses to take out, not as hard as Emma Frost in my opinion, but he's got a lot of health. He can be quite annoying the way that his attacks work, and because this POI is so big, like you could take out 10 people off spawn and then you're fighting him, and then like 6 minutes, 8 minutes into the game, people are still rotating in because of how big this POI is. So the first best drop spot is landing directly inside of the roof at the back of the building on the very far north side of the map. And you might be saying, why aren't you picking up this chest? Well, this drop spot is for taking out Doom as fast as possible. Once you land inside of the building, there is an Avengers chest that does typically spawn here. Note, as we've talked about in previous videos, they don't have 100% spawn. You then want to loot up the next chest that's nearby, quickly grab whatever floor loot is around here and all of the ammo that you can get. You then want to pop the half pot here and then start breaking through the floor. Now the reason that you want to break through the floor on the inside and on the outside is because if you're on the outside, Dr. Doom can easily knock you off the building with his mythic item, and as well this is going to stop people third partying really easily. Now you can still get knocked off the building here, so you need to be really careful when taking out Doom. I like to break this floor here, look down at Doom, and then just start spraying. Now Doom has a lot of health, so it's very easy for him to hit you back or for other people to come and get you. Normally I try to avoid that mystic bomb hitting me. He will hit a couple of attacks on you, but as long as you got a little bit of a shield, it shouldn't be a big issue. I then drop down here, quickly pick up all of his mythic items, and then I try to leave as fast as possible. Now the best route to leave is heading east out of this building door, heading out of this next building door, and then going actually back on top of the building. So I like to take the zip line straight up. The reason that this drop is pretty good is because it actually takes a lot of time for people to rotate to Dr. Doom. They actually take a long while to loot. So what I like to do here is just loot up a little bit more, use the Flowberry Fizz or whatever shield I can find in this area, and then dip. Now the way I like to leave this building is not going through the building if you want to not get eliminations or not get third partied by lots of people, because there is going to be lots of people here. So if you fight one person, you're probably going to get shot in the back. I just like to head towards the outskirts. Once I'm further enough on the side, I start heading back in. The reason I'm this far away from the building is because I don't want other people to shoot at me. Now, you might have movement at this point in the game and you might not have movement, and you're going to want to work towards having movement, otherwise you're just going to lose, especially if you're playing the zero build. I like heading up to this big silo here, this big vat, volcano, not really sure what to call it. It is a volcano that looks like it's being harvested for its energy, and just loot up this area if it hasn't been looted already. There is a bunch of floor loot here and a bunch of chests as well. Once you're here and ready to leave, just let it bring you up to the sky before deploying your glider, and then you'll be as high as possible from not deploying your glider, then deploy your glider, and then just head, for example, out to Doom's Courtyard or anywhere else on the map that you want to go to look for more loot, movement items, and everything else. Another great place that you could rotate to is Grand Glacier. It shouldn't really be too contested since there's no real reason to land there. So that's the fastest way to take out Doom, but not having yourself shield or not having guaranteed movement means it's a lot more likely that someone else is going to rotate onto you fast or take you out. You just have to have a bit of luck here on taking him out fast and before anyone else rotates. The second best landing location when going to Doom Castle in order to get his mythics is landing at this back building here that's on the north side of the map. The reason that we like landing on back sides of buildings is because if you land anywhere in the middle, everyone will be pushing in towards you to look for loot and to head towards Doom. This building is very big, so it gets highly contested, and landing directly in the middle part of the castle here, all these people are pushing in. But if you land this top side, the worst that you're going to get is people from this tower rotating in. It's unlikely people in the middle are going to rotate directly in. They're probably just going to head east straight towards where Doom is, not loot another building. Plus, this building is really close to Doom. So similar to before, how we took out Doom, you can take out Doom pretty fast. This one is a little bit slower, but it does rely heavily on getting better loot. I like to typically land on whatever floor loot is here. Now, just like we explained before, in the Emma Frost guide, we don't shoot at the Doombots, and then they won't shoot at us back. It's only when you fight Dr. Doom that they will shoot at you. This really helps as well for audio visual, seeing other people's footsteps. I then like to loot the slurp barrels here. You can look for minis first, but the main reason we land here is for this doom chest. Now a chest can spawn on top of there as well. I then like to head up and down, picking up the floor loot, looting this chest under the stairs. I normally don't go for this chest inside this wall because you like to try and keep it fast, but there is another chest that's just down here, which does lead to a gateway, and this was actually worth it because I got myself a jetpack. Now there is a lot of loot at Doom's castle, so once you're fully shielded up and you've got the mythic, you should come back here to get more loot and especially more ammo. There's a total of 69 chests that can spawn here, 3 Avengers chests total, 6 Doom chests, 105 ammo crates, so you should be stacked for ammo when you leave this location, and also 14 slurp barrels. Now after I loot that area, sometimes I loot the stuff on top of the roof here, the chest on the roof. If there is a Doombot here and hacking is working, I'll take out that Doombot to be on my team to help me eliminate Doom. Now you want to shoot at Doom ASAP because he is going to see you and spot you. So go for headshots here. And he is probably going to hit his mystical bomb at me, which does hurt a lot. But considering that I actually have a jetpack, I can just avoid that pretty easily if I remember to move around and not be a steal target to him. But it does have an area of damage, his attacks. So you want to be careful with that. Now, after you eliminate Doom this time, you can do the same process of running off. But especially if I'm down here already, or if I started the fight up the top side there, remember to hit your shots. I am doing a tutorial and I am playing on high graphic settings so the video looks nice. Normally I don't play on high graphic settings, so you got better frames, and I'm more focused on taking out the boss. I like to loot this Doom chest and then dip for the building. Same way we went before. If there isn't many footsteps around you, something you can do is just break this wall here and exit through the back side of the building, and then take this zip line directly up. The best drop spot here is also the most contested drop spot, and that is landing directly at the silo. So where you want to land for the silo is directly on this floor area here if there is floor loot. If not, just hook it to the left right away, open up the Doom chest, and then eliminate people who are nearby. If someone's going for the chest exactly near you, go for the floor loot in front instead, and then just turn on them because it takes a second to open the chest. You can loot in any direction you like. I like to just keep heading left here towards the east side of the island, as I was already heading in that direction. Heal up as much as possible here because this is the best drop for getting the most loot out of all of these places. Remember not to touch the lava here as it will hurt you. Then you want to open up the chest nearby as well. You just want to keep going around, open up more of the chests that are nearby here, taking any of the floor loot that you see fit. Sometimes the chest spawns in this crate, and then also take the ammo crate. After you're done looting, don't head directly towards Dooms, jump into the lava. Don't pull your chute right away as it will give you more height if you let it carry you up in the sky. Hold forward so it takes you out of the smoke so you can see where you're going, and then head towards the second best drop here. Now my favorite drop spot actually is the second best drop because it doesn't really get contested too much. But this one is better because you're more likely to have like jetpacks, for example. Especially considering you got 2 Doom chests here. I'm just going to loot as much of this location as I can. And I'm going to show you a new strat for taking out Doom where it's less likely for people to shoot you in the back super easily. So similar to before, we head up the stairwell here, loot anything else. Make sure you've got that full shield as you did loot a lot more. And then I like to drop down directly here. Now Doom won't worry about you unless he sees you, so you can sneak around this area like I was doing. What I like to do after that is run back a little bit, shoot at him at least once so he starts engaging with you more and starts chasing you, because you want to lead him towards the outskirts of the building. Now the reason you want to do this is it makes it harder for people to third party. I like heading towards the zipline area as then I can play the roof near Doom, and I can also play the zipline near Doom. And just like that, Doom's outside of the building. If anyone comes to third party, they're going to have to approach from there or come from the top side, which makes it a lot harder for them. If Doom tries to shoot at you, make sure you give yourself more than a few seconds to head up that zip line, as he will hit shots. Just like that, using movement on the zip line, Doom will be taken out. And similar to before, grab all his stuff. He does have a knockback effect. Head up the zip line. and dip from this area. Rotating not through the middle of the building helps you avoid getting hit. But if you want to stick around this building and get yourself some better loot so you can have movement so it's less likely that you're going to get third-partied while rotating towards the silo, there's a bunch more Doom chests towards the front of the building area, and also a few Avenger chests. After heading up the side of the building here, what I like to do is go directly up to the top of the stairs. This is because there's a lot more loot up here, including floor loot, especially the Dr. Doom chest. There's a grind rail that you can take to the next clock tower here, which leads to another Doom chest, which hopefully will have some form of movement. I've just been getting really unlucky today. This is also a good rotation as well because you're not running out in the open as much, although people probably wouldn't notice you if you were doing that in the first place. And if you want to get down the stairs faster, all you have to do is hit a couple slides. Don't head all the way to the bottom of the stairs. Make sure you're one story up, head out this door, take the zip line across, and you'll be back at the silo. This is more safe approach, but also likely to run into other people. So that is how you get Dr. Doom's Arcane Gauntlets and Dr. Doom's Monarch Pistol. And if you're wondering how do I take out Emma Frost at the Raft, or how do I take out Mysterio at Doomstrat the best way possible, I've got videos on those. You should check them out. They're gonna be linked at the end of this video, or you can go directly to my page, hit that subscribe button to catch future uploads, and just find them there yourself. Thanks for watching, take care of yourselves, and catch you on the flip side. Goodbye.